Hi everyone. Sorry I haven't been making videos as much as I should. I just kind of try to stay back. There's a lot of people that put things out and I just don't want to get wrapped up in their stuff. So let me tell you right off the bat, the animals are all over the place, and I ended up getting my grandson a new puppy. So if I scream out in pain, it's because she's in a biting stage. I'm going to show you what she looks like. She is part husky and black lab, so wish me luck with the puppy stage. Ooh, look at that. All right. So this morning on my way to work, I had was still kind of in that stage where I was getting stuff downloaded. I left work probably around 9:30 today. I had gotten attacked. Hold on. Stop it. Down. I can't put her outside right now. It's just too hot. All right, down. Stop. Go sit down. So, I'll tell you what happened. I have bad knees. It's something that runs on my dad's side of the family. We have bad knees. Mine started showing problems probably when I was, in elementary school, almost 6th grade, 7th grade, around that time. My knees will give out. They pop and they give out, and then I have to kind of like snap my leg and make my knees come back. My dad had surgery. My brothers, I believe a couple of my sisters have had surgeries. These are my half brothers and sisters. So it's something that's just in our family. So today, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I got a pain underneath below the knee cap. More like on the shin off to the side. And I couldn't, it hurt to walk. It hurt to touch it. It hurt to move. And it was so bad, it was like a burning, sharp pain. I've never had that before. So I had to go sit down for a minute, quit walking, to figure out, you know, what this could be, just to kind of eliminate in my own mind. And it wasn't bad as far as like blood clot or anything like that, which I knew I didn't have, but it was from the knee itself. So I stayed and worked through it as long as I could. I was going to come home, put the dogs outside because it wasn't hot yet, and then I was going to try to vacuum a little bit. Then I was going to get my massage thing out, lay on the couch and massage my legs so I wouldn't have to worry about the dogs chewing on me, jumping on me, you know, chewing the wires. And the lady that lives next door to me come outside because I'd already put the puppy out on the chain. And there's like, you've seen the backyard, it's full of trees. And then I was on the process of taking my dog Katie here, putting her on a chain. She come running outside. Oh, no, you don't. I'm like, oh, no, I don't what? She said, you don't put those dogs outside. My dog is in the backyard and your dogs are disturbing my dog. I said, well, I've got to clean my house. And I can't do it with these dogs in my way. So I'm going to put them out here. I said, I've put them out here before. I said, I've already got the chain set up. Well, I don't know what to tell you, but you can't do it over here. I said, well, they're not over here by your fence. They're over there. She said, but it's still aggravating my dog, and you can't do it because I work at home, and I can't work like this. I said, well, what do you want me to do? I said, I got to clean my house. She says, well, you're not putting the dogs outside. Period. I got mad. I got really, really mad because I knew I was under a spiritual attack. I mean, it was just coming and coming and coming. I thought, legally, she can't stop me because, number one, they're not on her property. Number two, they're not even near her fence. And number three, she's got a big hole in her fence that she's got blocked with all kinds of stuff so the dog doesn't get out. But that's not my problem. She works from home. I hardly ever put the dogs outside because it's too hot. But I wanted to do it early before the sun had moved to the certain spot where it's really hot because they don't need to be outside. They got to be inside. So guess what I didn't do today? I didn't massage the muscles around my leg. I wasn't able to do any foot detox. I wasn't able to even vacuum. And I'm tired of accommodating people. So she's going to have to figure out a way to cover that fence because I'm going to tell her I'm not doing it again. And by law, I have the right. There's no law that says, thou that works at home tells neighborhood what they can and can't do. No, I'm not. The chains are not even anywhere near her line of property. But I have to clean. So that was like another attack on top of attack. So I ended up just going to sleep. I had to sleep it off. So that's why I haven't made any videos. This puppy will not stop licking me. Sit down. See what I mean? Cute. All right. So we know that I'm on spot if I'm being spiritually attacked. I always know that. At the farmer's market yesterday, I kept vibrating. Vibration can be ascending, moving up. And when you ascend up, your gifts get stronger. It's like being more enlightened. And if anybody doesn't understand what I'm talking about on that aspect, let me know and I can make a separate video just on that subject. I think I've talked about it before, and if I need to go over it again, I will. That's not a problem. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be educating, teaching, and helping as many people as I can. And I really need to do my job more on YouTube because I just stay on Telegram so much and put everything out there. But these videos do go to Telegram. All right, now the dog is sitting like right next to me. This is going to be really hard, but just bear with me. Okay, so I'm getting to the point where I'll read an article or I will look at a picture and I automatically know exactly what's going on. I don't even have to click on the article or things. I want to talk about Real Raw News really quick. Now, I'm going to tell you the legal aspect and explain something legally. All right. If you say something about someone, you use their name, you talk about where they work, what their rank is, what their occupation is, anything like that, you put it out in the news and it's a complete and utter lie, you can be liable for slander. You can be sued. You would have to retract what you wrote. Either you'd have to post an apology. If you were in a news organization, you would have to retract that story, take it down, put another story up, or something like that. You couldn't leave it because you could be sued. Do you follow what I'm saying? Do you understand that legally? Go all the way back and think of the National Enquirer. Remember, it would put all these stories out. They were constantly sued, and they had to pull stories down, or they paid fines. They paid probably so much in fines it was ridiculous. But it was because people were suing them for slander, making up stories, or putting their name in a story that they didn't want their name in, or anything like that. So that is legally. You cannot make up stories about people. I can't call Bob, the pizza man, a fat, bug-eating person, you know, or something like that. I couldn't say anything about someone unless I have absolute proof. Number one, I have the evidence to back up what I'm saying, or they know it's true and they don't want to go to court and have more of that story come out. But you just can't do it because you can be sued. And most people don't understand that. So they have a disclaimer on Real Raw News that says that they're Cytower. Well, they do that to kind of keep legally, say, oh, well, they claim to be, you know, make up stories. So this way, if someone was to kind of say something about it, they can say, well, it's a joke news organization. But it doesn't matter if you're still calling someone out. We know this from people that are comedians, stand-up comedians. This has happened to them where they've had to stop saying certain jokes because they were offending someone. And they got sued or threatened with a lawsuit. They could do the same thing to Real Raw News. All right, so if you understand that legally, now let's get to what I want to talk about. They have been, and I say they, recruiting people to fight against anyone who stands with God. And Trump is working on the side of light. Now, see, I'm vibrating. I don't know. I'll just show you my hand. I don't know if you can see it. anyone that could probably see it, but it is vibrating. So what they've done is they've gone after children. Children who are in questionable areas where they may not be getting the right education. Maybe their parents aren't home, or maybe their parents do drugs. I don't know. There's all different kinds of scenarios to put a child in a more questionable, angry state. And people within the military, the bad side of it, have been recruiting these people and getting them to join to fight against Trump supporters. Now, I had already many times told you that when evil is surrounded by light, by good feelings, love, caring, compassion, it vibrates at a very high frequency. It's kind of like a high-pitched sound. We can't hear it, but evil entities can. And they don't like it. It hurts. It's very painful to them. Just like someone scratches their fingernails down a chalkboard, you're like, you don't like that sound. It hurts your ears. Imagine that sound constantly, but 100 times worse. That's what evil hears off of us. And as each person on this planet wakes up, you move upward. Okay? There is a... I can't see the chart. I mean, it's like he's showing me, but he's not like really showing me. Let me move my hands. Do this different hand. I get dog Katie hair in my eyelashes. So when I'm doing that, it's because I feel something tickling me, and it's normally Katie hair. As I stated, she's a full-blooded American Eskimo. She has very long fur. Okay. So the lower vibrations go down this way. But there's a point to where there's like I'm just going to do it like right here and then down. They've been keeping us here and trying to push us lower. This is where you get people that get alcoholism, drugs, depression, suicide, these types of things. Those are things that come from being in a lower vibration. This is why they tell you, smile, be happy, hug somebody, makes them feel better. Well, that's because you're taking your good energy when you hug someone and you're transferring it to that person, which makes them feel better. This is why kissing children's bobos when they get hurt feels good to them and makes the bobo stop hurting, because it literally does. It's because your love, your goodness has gone into their body, into that particular spot, and is helping that spot heal. Energy, that's what we are. We're just energy. Our skin, this is a temple. This houses who we are. This makes no difference. Your color, your look, it makes no difference, because it's who you are in the inside. Your eyes are the window into the soul. That is in the Bible. This is why when you look someone in the eyes, you can see who they actually are. When there's light and there's, it sparkles or it twinkles or something like that. You're like, wow, that's so cool. You're seeing inside the soul of the person. And as we move farther into the future, this is what you're going to be paying more attention to, not this. Not this. This. Okay, does that make sense so far? Always reply. Let me know if it doesn't make sense. So, you're going to walk up to somebody. You're going to automatically know when you look in their eyes if this is someone that you're compatible with, that you want to be around. If it's somebody that just total blackness, there's no whites in their eyes. Like, oh, I've got whites in my eyes. If there's just total black and there's nothing there, you're going to know that there's something wrong with this person, and you're just not going to want to be there. You're not going to be one around a person. Your hair's going to stand up on your arms, on the back of your neck. You're going to probably get sick to your stomach. You're just going to get away from them. That's how you're going to know. So, they try to keep everybody in the lower vibrations. They do this by putting terrible news, depressing news on the TV set, and then they constantly play the clip over and over and over. I can remember when the Space Shuttle Challenger blew up. I was in high school, and I walked into the classroom, and the teacher was playing it. And I sat down, and she never said anything. That was our whole class. I went to my next class, and the teacher was doing the same thing. And I'm like, what is going on? I don't understand this. And they said, don't you feel this is terrible, Jackie? And I was like, well, yeah, but we're in school. What's going on? You go home, your parents are watching it. So at that particular age, I was forced to endure that video over and over and over. But me being me, it's hard to explain. Everybody thought I was a weirdo. It just didn't affect me. I just walked away from it. I didn't want to look at it. I said, this is stupid. I'm not looking at this. It's terrible. I feel bad for the families. I said, but I'm not looking at this. And I got called a black sheep, you know, evil. You're an evil person, Jackie. You have no feelings for anybody. Why can't you sit here and look at this? Why do I want to sit there and look at it? It's depressing. It's just so crazy. Oh my God, my childhood was really wild. So anyways, stop biting me. Stop. Where's I going? I lost my train of thought and the dog come over here and bit me. So anyway, that's how they get you in lower vibrations. Exactly that type of story. And we all probably have a weird story like that of something that happened, and it was days that you had to watch this. No matter where you went, you were forced to look at it. It was like, why do I have to look at this? It's terrible. You turn on your radio. You know, even as a teenager, you know, sometimes you want to listen to the radio, get away from everything. I'll just listen to some music. And that's all they were talking about on the radio. You know, your favorite stars were talking about, oh my God. It's like, you couldn't get away from it. It's like, why? It's on purpose. It's to bring you down. It's so you're not smiling, so you're not happy, so you're not anything but depressed, sad over this terrible news. And they do this throughout history. They've done this in the past. I'm sure probably back in the Roman days, they probably sat around and talked about that all the time. It's just insane the way they do things. But it's to keep you down in the lower vibrations, because this is where the evil lives, and this is where it's comfortable, and it needs you there. Plus, they eat it's called louche. You secrete this when you're constantly sad. It's like I told you, like energy, you're constantly putting out. You have an aura. The aura that they show you in the pictures is like a circle over your head, but your aura actually comes out this way around your body. And some people can see auras. I can sometimes, not all the time. They're colors of a rainbow, blues and yellows and different colors like that, purples. And some auras are very beautiful, depending on the person, their frequency and everything. When you have like blacks and dark browns and really, you know, depressing looking colors, that lets you know that there's either something wrong with the person, or they're depressed or something, or maybe they're sick, maybe they have something growing inside of them. Or colors can go around certain aspects of your body. Like if you have cancer, you may have some different color that resonates off of that. I think that's why dogs and cats can sniff it out, because they probably see something. They want to know what it is they're looking at, and they sniff it and lick it. So I think that's why they are able to detect cancer in bodies. And I'm so sorry about them fighting. That's what I got to deal with. This is why I try to put them outside. But, of course, the neighbor, she works at home. How dare you disturb her because she works at home. Oh, my gosh. All right. So, when they're looking for these children, they need children that are in a lower frequency, that are easily brainwashed, and they're telling them that they're going to save the world, more or less. Well, this was something that I knew because I could see it in visions that people were going to riot really bad. So we're going to talk about that aspect of the military, the young people that they're putting in fresh out of high school, probably have no college behind them at all. Then you have your Antifa people, whom I believe from one of the articles it said when these people did their 2 years, because I don't even think they were doing a full 4 years, to be honest with you, they were going into like Antifas, and they were probably teaching these people who didn't want to be military how to do things military-like. So if you pay attention to when Antifa first started coming out, and then you notice that they were getting more organized, that's probably because the military, the bad military, was training people and then putting them back out there to recruit and to train those people. So this is why they were getting more organized, if that makes sense. This is very scary stuff. So remember, I had also talked about that we would have to stay inside because they were going to be arresting people. And if you go outside, that you could probably get arrested. Do you now understand why they were not going to ask any questions if you go outside and arrest you? Because they're not going to be able to tell who is with them and who is against them. The only way they're going to know is because you stayed inside. So hopefully that explains that even more. Remember, my visions are years sometimes ahead of other people. And I see things that other people are not seeing. So I get picked on, or a lot of people don't follow me, and that's fine. I'm not asking for people to follow me at all. That's why I don't post anything here. You like my video? Watch this one. I don't do that because I'm only supposed to tell you what I'm told, what I feel I need to tell you, and I put it out there. I'm not recruiting people. I'm not looking for people. If this resonates with you, then yes, share it and share it to other people. But as far as trying to have a large following on YouTube, no, I'm not doing that. Trying to have a large following on my Telegram, no, I'm not doing that. Or trying to have a large following on Facebook. Well, I'm hardly ever on Facebook anymore, but no, I'm not doing that. All I'm doing is telling you what I see to the best of my ability. Then I do the research to confirm or to better explain what I'm seeing and then tell you better. I'm the only one that talks really about a lot of this stuff. I do sometimes go around and look to see what other psychics say, and no one ever talks about it. They're always telling you, oh, it'll be this month. Oh, this is lining up with this. Ow, God, it's biting my foot. Stop it, princess, stop. So I don't do all that. I'm not throwing out dates. I can tell you when the energy is shifting, when it's changing. And then you can follow and see. But normally, my visions are way out there. Really way out there. You can ask anybody that's known me since I was in high school. My goal is to help as many people as I can. And I don't care if someone else says I'm a psychic and I'm not getting those visions. It's because you're not supposed to. You're supposed to get the visions that you're supposed to get. You're supposed to talk about that. I'm supposed to talk about what I get. Okay, this is why nobody else can see exactly what I see. But I'm always hoping that someone is somewhere close or around the area that I am, and I don't find too many people that ever talk about the stuff I talk about. So that's why you don't hear that anywhere else. Hold on. All right, I go to get up and I get up. Okay. All right, so the way that I feel right now with vibrating as much as I've been vibrating, something is up. And I'm not going to tell you about because the planets are lined up and the energy of this is moving in, resonating with the ocean that's doing this. I'm not telling you all that. I'm telling you what my body is telling me. I keep vibrating hard. And downloads are coming really fast, continuously. That's why I said I'd probably make several, and I'll probably do some probably tonight as well. I need everybody to understand what I'm saying. If you have not already, got your at least 2 weeks worth of food, I suggest maybe 3. And that includes food for you and your children and your animals. If you have not prepared water back, I'm telling you to do so. I don't know when, but things are moving. It's like little pieces, and they're starting to get closer together. The way that we were told things possibly could happen is not the way that they're happening. And I'm laughing because not only has this been a very interesting journey for me, it has also been a very depressing journey as well. Being attacked continuously, having terrible things happen to me, it keeps pushing me backwards a little bit, but then I come back full speed ahead. It's draining. It's really draining on me. But I keep fighting because God asked me to do this. So I'm going to keep doing it. When I do that, it's because I'm getting a download. And I'm about to cry. I don't know exactly when. It won't tell me. He won't tell me when. He's just telling me be prepared. If something doesn't happen this weekend, then we'll wait to the 12th. And if nothing happens then, it doesn't mean get off your guard. It just means that we could be moving into September, October area. I feel like that we're not going to go that far. We've already put out the fake alien invasion. They haven't used Project Bluebeam yet, but I'm sure... Well, I think they have. Take that back. I've seen some videos. I think that's Project Bluebeam. We know that there's stuff going in Taiwan right now. It's heating up over there. And while that's going on, you've got the stuff going on in Africa. So those are the 2 countries you need to watch. Most people try to just focus on the Ukraine, which the Ukraine was a cleaning out. I'm saying focus more on Taiwan and South Africa. Watch those 2 places. It's getting ready to go down. More countries have signed on to the BRICS, which is the gold standard, which means when they turn where they're accepting gold, they cannot accept the fiat dollar because the fiat dollar is not backed by gold. And if it's not backed by gold, it doesn't work in the BRICS system. Therefore, they're not buying our products. We can't trade with them. We can't get what they have. They can't take what we have. It stops. I've already heard that the stock market has crashed. It's just not being relayed. So there's a possibility on that. That was something else that was supposed to happen. The stock market was supposed to crash. Some banks have been closing. Now, I don't know which all banks. I don't know if it's affected you or not. Sometimes people say, well, it's not happening here. Well, yeah, it happens in phases and little bitty pieces. But banks have been closing. Some people haven't been able to get their money. The interest rate is outrageous. So you couldn't even get a loan if you really wanted to. And why would you want to get a loan at an interest rate like that unless you were just stupid? And I'm sorry. Seriously. You would want to pay that for the rest of your life? You're crazy. Animals are acting really crazy, not just mine. So watch wild animals, how they're reacting, because remember, they can feel the energy, and that's why Native Americans would use the animals as signs and omens, because the animals would always know something before it actually happened. So watch the animals, how they react. The birds, if they just leave your whole area, something's coming. So pay attention to that. You keep your head on a swivel, because we don't know who all has been trained by these black hat people. We don't know who all's out there. We also don't know who all is possessed. Now, I've talked about this, and most people thought I was crazy when I put that video out years ago. But what have we been seeing more and more of on YouTube and Telegram? We have actually been seeing people that are possessed, that are literally possessed, that are making the noises and their eyes roll in the back of their heads. And I told you. I did. I had so many people, friends on Facebook, say, Jackie, you're so funny. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. But guess what? We're seeing people possessed. And I told you that. No other psychic told you that. I did. I told you because I saw it, plain as day. So you are seeing more people that are possessed. There are a lot of people that are having problems in their homes right now with dark entities. I actually have a video that was sent to me. It's a quick 2-second video of a dark entity floating in their home. So this is happening, people. Know that I cannot exorcise them out. I was told not to exorcise any evil spirits. I can hold evil spirits back, need be, like for me, my animals, anybody that's around me, I can push it back and hold it, but I cannot get it out of your home. I was told that was not my job, not to even attempt it. So if this is something that you are experiencing, you need to find someone who is able to exorcise. I can't do it. I can pray for you. I can tell you that there is an exorcism rite on YouTube video. I would suggest listening to that to make the entity very uneasy, but you have to commit to it. You can't just do something and then think it's just going to go away. Remember, these things are patient, a lot more patient than you. And it's not something that, you're just going to burn a couple of sage sticks and say a Hail Mary and it's going to go away. It's not. Because they're fighting for their life. As you're fighting to survive, they're fighting to survive. And they're fighting really hard. And they're fighting nasty. And they're fighting dirty. And they will jump from body to body if need be. So this is why you have to put your armor of God on. And you have to, every morning when you wake up, you need to praise God. You need to thank God for waking up. You need to thank God for the things that you have. Not the things that you want to have. You need to thank God for the things that you have and be grateful that you have them. When you get home, before you go to bed, you need to tell God that you are sorry for all the sins that you have committed. Even though you may think that you didn't commit any sins, trust me, you did something. There was a temptation in your life and you probably acted upon it, which was a sin. They don't tell you that. I just did. That's why every night you should talk to God. God, I am so sorry for cussing in my car. That poor person, I don't know what overcame me. I just felt this burst of anger and I just lashed out at that poor woman that was driving. And even though she was crying in her car, I still couldn't apologize. I just drove off and left her in that state. That was so bad of me to bring a woman to tears. And I am so sorry, God. Something like that. Okay? You have to, anything that you've done that you know was wrong, you need to ask for forgiveness. And then you need to go to bed with a clear conscience and forgive yourself. Okay? These are trying times, people, trying times. And the devil is going to tempt you over and over and over. And if he can't tempt you, then he's going to attack you. And he's going to want you to give up. He's going to want you to raise that white flag and surrender to his will. And dress in drag and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. Just know that that is temptations. Well, I wonder what one of those shows look like. Let me grab the kids and let's go. That's a temptation. Okay? Once you go, then you are definitely committing the sin. Okay? Remember, what is a Baphomet? A Baphomet is male and female. Okay? What is pride? Pride is a 7 deadly sin. So you don't want to say, oh, I'm celebrating Pride Month. Well, you're celebrating a 7 deadly sin. Okay? 7 deadly sin. Stop it. Okay? It is great to feel good about things that you do. It's great to want to show people, what you can accomplish in life. That's fine. I'm all for that. Do it. But don't force your stuff on other people. Okay? If someone doesn't like your art, don't demand that they buy it anyway because you did it. That's wrong. That's pure evil. If someone doesn't like your art, thank them for looking at it. Thank you so much for taking the time to look at my art. And I'm sorry, that you don't like it, but thank you for at least looking at it and critiquing it for me. That means a lot. And mean it from your heart. That's what you do, okay? You don't like my hairdo? Well, look at it anyway. I mean, don't be like that. Someone doesn't like something, that's their right, because God gave us rights. He gave us the right to choose, the right to pick. He didn't give us the right to demand everybody like everything about us, because some people just don't, and that's fine, because that's their right. So quit trying to take people's rights away. God gave you that, not man, not the government. God gave you those rights, and He's the only one that can take those away. Now, they can make you think that they can control your right to choice, but they can't. That's why you have to raise your vibrations and fight back, and this is why the devil attacks us. This is why it's always been a spiritual battle. They're fighting over your soul. And the more you understand this, the better you can prepare for this and fight. And I'm telling you, it's coming down. Everyone fights in this battle. Everybody. You may not go get a shovel. You may not be out there with a pitchfork. But you will fight in this battle. And you will have to pick a side. There's no sitting on the fence. And some people are just not going to make it. Some people will not be able to handle it. And you have to be okay with this. I'll go back into that video later and go more into that aspect of things. But I just want to let everybody know, be on your toes. Be very careful. My understanding is all the dumbs have been cleaned out. So there's no children under any dumbs. That was another thing that needed to happen before they could shut things down. Make sure you've got plenty of flashlights, anything that lights up. I'm going to show you this little thing here really quick, okay? That is a wine bottle with string lights in it that runs on batteries. And even though it may not be super bright, it's a light. So there are many things that you probably have in your home that you didn't even realize that you can do. All you do is you just shove the string lights in the hole of the bottle. Doesn't matter what design it comes out. There you go. You've got a lamp. And you can pick that up and you can carry it around with you. So don't tell me you can't come up with something. There's plenty of things. I'm going to show you something else. You find these all the time during Christmas. Okay? Sometimes you can go right now to like your dollar store. Of course, that one needs a battery in it. I don't use them all the time. None of them want to work. I change them all. I gotta have one that works. There we go. Oops. There you go. These things are cheap. Okay? There you go. Put it in your candle holder. It may not be super bright, but it's a light. Okay? So don't say that you can't find anything. There's things out there. Make sure you've got plenty of AA's and AAA batteries. Things like that. Just get ready, guys. I think it's time to really seriously be ready to hunker down for a few days. We know that they're trying to force another pandemic on us and try to shut us down. They cannot force you by law. And we're going to go through the Constitution real quick here. Quick Constitution class. You have 3 branches of government. Okay? You have the legislative branch, which is Congress and the Senate. You have the executive branch, which is your president, and the DOJ, people that fall under the executive branch. You have the judicial branch, which is your Supreme Court. Okay? The legislative branch is the only branch that votes on laws. They have to debate on it, vote on it, goes to the Senate. Senate approves it, comes back to Congress. Congress then sends it, once both houses have agreed, then they send it to the president, who is the executive. The executive signs it into law. All right? They do not sign mandates into law. Mandate is a strong suggestion. Do you understand what I just told you? The CDC cannot say they put a mandate out and you can be arrested for breaking this mandate. You know why? Because mandate is not a law. I just told you how laws are made. I told you the steps, okay? What the judicial branch is to go over what the president signed to make sure that it follows the Constitution of the United States. And if nobody questions it, the judicial branch is just going to go randomly pick laws and go over them unless they are presented to them where they need to debate them. All right, do you understand what I just told you? So if someone says, we are under a mandate, we are locked down, you've got to put this in your arm and wear this mask over your face, you tell them to take that mandate and shove it where the sun doesn't shine. Ask them, where did Congress vote on this? Ask them, when did the president sign it? If they said, well, nobody signed it, it's a mandate. Explain to them that they cannot be arrested for breaking a mandate. Now, people can fire you and they can make your life a living hell. But I wanted you to know legally where you stand. Okay? Now, they can try to arrest you because a lot of police officers do not know the Constitution. They only know what they're told. And if they're told to arrest people for breaking a mandate, then that's what they're going to do. That's why you have to go in front of a judge. And then you pray that the judge understands the Constitution and knows your rights. Now, in many cases, same thing. But you stand with God. You have to stand with God. That's why I said we have to fight. And it may be you become a martyr. It may become I become a martyr. But you have to fight for what's right in life. Not what everybody else is doing so you get left alone. Because that's following the devil. You are supposed to shine bright. You're supposed to shine different than I shine. You're supposed to do different things than I do. Not everybody's supposed to be the same because that's not our purposes. Our purposes are to do what we were told to do before we got on this planet. And as you wake up, you realize what your purpose is. So hopefully this helps you. So read the Constitution. Go online, type in the Constitution and read it. Understand the 3 branches of government. There's many people out there that don't even know the 3 branches of government. Let me tell you again. Legislative, which is Congress and Senate. Executive, which is your president and the DOJ, which follows under the president. And then you have your judicial, which is your judges, your Supreme Court. Those are your 3 branches of government. Understand this. It's going to be important. So Hillsdale College has great constitutional classes online that are free. Take them. Take them. Learn your Constitution. Learn your rights. You have to protect yourself. When we get any emergency broadcast over the phone, which could possibly happen this weekend, I'm not saying it is, I said possibly, okay? Because I'm not for sure. It won't tell me when, it just tells me something's up. Do as you're told. We may have 3 hours or so to get where you've got to get. You get there, you stay there. Okay? Don't go outside looking to see what's going on. You stay inside until you get the knock on the door or the radio or the TV set tells you it's okay to go outside. You'll know. Be careful once you're locked down because remember, the evil entities are going to be extremely painful and they may want to inflict pain on others to make themselves feel better. So you stay inside. Don't let strangers in. I know that sounds so cruel because if you can't tell who's good or who's bad, you're endangering yourself. So if someone's screaming, I don't have nothing to eat, you know, maybe open the window, throw them a hot dog out the window. I don't know. But just don't let people that you don't know in until this is over with. Protect yourself. Protect your animals. This is your responsibility to protect your family and your animals. Please protect your animals. You don't understand how important these little guys are in the future. So please protect them. Anything else, I'll probably make another video later on, but I wanted to get this one out. You have any questions, please reach out to me either on my Telegram, which is A Like Minded People, period. You can find it. If not, you can just type in my name, Jackie Bland. Find me there. Message me through Telegram there. You can find me on Facebook and message me there under my name, Jackie Bland. You can find me on Facebook. Reach out to me that way. There's a purple moon on my profile on my Facebook page. It's a purple moon. So if you see Jackie Bland and it does not have a purple moon on it, then you don't have the right one. That's not me. I also live in the state of Mississippi. So you can reach out to me there, or you can email me, Jackie39532 @yahoo.com. You can email me. These are ways that you can contact me. I'm not putting my phone number out right now. That'll be after, and I'll put my phone number out, because then I won't have to worry about evil entity people calling me. So these are the ways that you can reach out to me if you have any questions, or you can leave your comments here. If I don't answer immediately, it's not that I haven't or I won't, it's just that I hadn't seen it yet. So be patient. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in my life still, and I want to help as many people as I can. I do feel like that eventually my stuff will hit more people soon. I'm really nervous about it. I really am about to cry. I really don't want to be out there, but there's going to be a time where I think I'm going to be out there more. Do know, with that being said, I'm telling you right now, I am not going to ask for donations. I am not going to post up any ways that you pay me. I am not going to travel and have people buy tickets to hear anything that I have to say, because I'm getting it from God and it is free. And people that do this are wrong. I work every day, Monday through Friday. I go to a job. I also sell my products that I make, my bracelets, which I make. I sell those at a farmer's market. So this is where I get my money. I don't ask for donations. I don't post any place where you can put any money to me. I'm not asking anybody to just give me money or nothing, okay? And even if someone was to invite me on a show, that would be my predicament, that they could not ask for money, because the information from God is not for sale like that. Jesus didn't go around carrying a little bowl telling people to put money in the kitty. He also didn't drag a church or pews with him. Wherever Jesus stopped and talked, that was where Jesus taught. And I'm tired of people saying that they work for God, but they need your donations. For what? If you really work for God, then God would provide for you, believe it or not. And that's what God does for me. We've got to really start weeding out these false prophets. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of all these people wanting to do card readings and charging people $300 freaking for a card reading, and then they can't even get anything right about stuff that's going on. And I'm not going to talk about the people I'm talking about. I'm just not going to mention their names. I haven't even seen their show air in a while. But anyway, this young girl charges $300 a card reading, and that's all she does. And she might be spot on her card readings on people's personal lives, but they're not spot on about certain people they have on the show. And they're not spot on about a whole lot of stuff. So use discernment. Be careful with these people. Know that they're everywhere. And people see dollar signs right now. They're using their abilities and they're using their stuff to make money off of people who really don't need to spend their money. So be careful out there. Don't do it, okay? If you feel like that you want to help me, then you help someone else that needs help. That's how you help me, okay? If you see a lady struggling to buy some food for her children, instead of trying to send me money, you give it to her, all right? You see somebody that can only put $5 worth of gas in their car, go put another $5 of gas in their car. That's how you help me. If you do that, you will raise your vibrations. And you do it because you want to do it. Okay? That's how you help me. So if you're thinking, well, I really would like to send Jackie some money, I like what she has to say, that's where I want you to put the money. Okay? There's somebody out there right now that needs a gallon of milk. There's somebody out there right now who can't feed their animals. Okay? Go buy them a bag of dog food. Go buy them a bag of cat food. That's how you help me. That's what I want you to do. Don't give your money to me. Give your money to them. Please. Please. And I'm not saying just look around for anybody out there. You see it. God will let you know that that person needs your help. Because God will put you in the right place at the right time. And if he puts you there and you see it, then you act upon it. You do God's work. That's how you do God's work. It's not that you go to the church and you're the one that hands the kitty out for everybody to put money in. That's not doing God's work. That's not doing God's work. Who told you that? Barbecuing at the church is not doing God's work. Okay? Doing God's work is doing good deeds. That's God's work. Okay? He just told me that. That's God's work. So, you see an animal that needs to be picked up off the street and brought to a shelter. That's God's work. You see somebody who's broke down on the side of the road and they need help changing their tire, and you get out and you help them. That's God's work. That's God's work. Okay? That's why the elites don't want you doing that, because they don't want you doing God's work. That's God's work. So, you want to help me? That's how you help me. Please help these people. They will come in your life. You will find them. And you help them. You remember what I just told you. That's God's work. You do that, okay? God takes care of me. And He will take care of you. And the more you do for people, the more He will do for you. Because He loves you. And you don't forget that. No matter what people tell you, God loves you. He loves you for who you are and the way you look. And the more that you understand this, the more He will talk to you. And when He talks to you, it is the most special relationship you will ever have in your whole life. It will change you completely. It is amazing. So you take care of yourself. You heed my warning, and I will be back tonight to do another video. Because like I said, I'm getting constant downloads and I'm vibrating like really, really hard. Sometimes it's so hard, it burns my tips of my fingers. So something is up, guys. I just don't know when. So heed my warning. Be ready for anything. And if it doesn't happen this weekend, it does not mean it's not going to happen. It means it's around the corner. And I am so serious. It is very, very close. It is very close. All right. You take care. And if you have any questions, just ask me. Okay? I'm good, you're going to be good, okay? Because God has got this. We put it all in God's hands. And God carries it because He loves us, okay? I'll be back later.